Okay, I want to just make sure it starts, and then I'll there'll be an echo. They'll be looking at me. And yeah, we're rolling. Okay, good. So let's start with, Tom, you want to say anything else about this? I'm trying to decide whether I should just do your audio and play the lyrics up, or I think I'd like to show the video, if that's all right.
Yeah, I would love if you did.
And then if we go over it, we'll put the lyrics up. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Welcome. This is our welcome back to Mr.
And you all heard this song probably
yeah,
when I was getting ready to abandon this group for my golf league. But Victor had brought this up because he knew I was a golfer, and he supplied first the title, and then over time helped me with some wordsmithing, and I think it came out pretty good. Victor, did you get a chance to see that video?
Yeah, it's great.
And I can only say that the crowd there, although a lot of them were my friends, really responded well. So
nice. That's lovely.
That's always,
one more thing. I had an opportunity this past Sunday. I did a solo concert at a church, at a Methodist church, and I did like 5 original songs and then about 10, just cover songs. But it was a different experience for me, because usually I'm playing in a bar where I'm just like background music to everybody talking and drinking, and this was like everybody sitting there watching me.
Yes, that's the only way to go.
Surprisingly, I was a little bit nervous because I've been playing out for a long time, but I got a little bit nervous, but it came off really well. And even in church, I did this song, Golf is a 4-letter word. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So how did they respond? Did they like it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
They said, amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay. Ready to roll?
That's a 4-letter word too.
Yeah. Are you guys ready? It should roll now.
It's about how frustrating golf is. And it's a funny day to sing it, because Paul can tell you I just had a really great round yesterday. Stood there scoping out the fairway, pulled a club and teed up my ball. Fade hit a tree, 5-iron drew left. How many more gaps till I reach that damn hole? What's called a good walk spoiled, takes too long and defines the absurd. Each week I pay to get frustrated. Golf is a 4-letter word. I spend too much time on that damn course, get home late and my words are all slurred. My wife says, dear, I want a divorce. I say, love, that's a 4-letter word. Now I think I know right where to go. It's off to the course to hang with buddies I know. I'll hook and fade and cuss a lot. My game best improved with this new club I bought. Now I'm on my own, got plenty of time. Guess I'll work on my game, just takes practice, I've heard. But what's gonna get me through this uphill climb? Life is a 4-letter word. What's called a good walk spoiled, takes too long and defines the absurd. Each week I pay to get frustrated. Yeah, golf is a 4-letter word.
I just unmuted. Yeah, what do you think? Hey, Rick, and welcome, Rick.
Hey, hi, Peter.
Rick.
How are you guys?
We're
Hey,
good.
Rick.
One little comment, there's, you could change ball to balls, beat my balls around, and it would be, I mean, not just a dirty joke. I mean, but it would be, when you golf and you don't do well, you lose balls. So you're going to be beating balls around. That's, I think the golfers are used to it. Remember Carson's golfer was on Carson's show and he said, "What's the secret?" Or maybe he was talking to the golfer's wife. Yeah, he was talking to the golfer's wife. And what, do you do anything? Huh? You want to tell it?
Well, yeah, it was Arnold Palmer's wife.
Was it?
And he said, "Do you do anything special to give him good luck before a tournament?" And she said, "Yeah, I usually kiss his balls." and Carson said, "I bet that makes his putter stand up."
So I don't know. There's, what do you guys do to it? I mean, how did it change? What's going on?
Victor, you want to?
Well, part of the what I did is because I had this idea for a long time, and I just then when I saw Tom play golf, and I tried to play golf, no, it was one of the, he's exactly right. He gets it right in the song. But so what I did is I went to the golf dictionary. I went through the whole thing. I pulled out all the 4-letter words, and there's quite a few of them. That are related to golf. And I sent them to Tom. I said, here's the idea, and here's some fodder to start working with. And so he came up with this song. And you heard I think you heard the first rendition of it.
Yeah, we did.
And you gave us feedback. And then, Tom and I kind of reworked the lyrics and, tightened it up a little bit. And here we are. I think he did a great job. And it's a fun little song. It's a good kind of a John Prine-ish kind of a song, which that's what I had in mind because I thought, Tom likes John Prine as well.
Yeah. So I remember a lot of the feedback we got of the original version was, I don't think anybody used this word, but it was a little verbose. I mean, there were words that didn't need to be there, and that's where, after that session, Victor sent me some changes, and I didn't use everything, but I used a lot of it, Victor. It worked out well, and basically kind of consolidated things a little bit. So I think it made a pretty decent song in the end.
Yeah, I don't remember many of the lyrics the words specifically, but I know that it had a problem with the flow. There were probably too many words. This just went fine. This is just like butter.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah, the only thing I think is a little short. I think you might want to put the chorus, and you may need to change the chorus a little bit so it fits in the, between the verses. It's nice as it is, but I just was.
It is short. It's like 2.5 minutes. So
well, that's okay. That's okay. And it got a good audience reaction. That's the most, that's the most telling thing about whether a song meets the mark or not.
I'm going to try to share the, I'm having trouble all of a sudden finding your lyrics to share because I know it's there. But go ahead. This is silly. I say share and
there's some other lyrics up.
I got some wrong lyrics, but I can't find the page. I've got a document that he sent me, and it's just not. Where is it?
Yeah, Peter, you had it in that same folder that the video was in.
Yeah, I did. Oh no, well that's another place. But here, let me try something else here. I don't know why it's. Golf is a 4-letter word. Document.
And I think Tom did a really good job in incorporating, love and life, and and golf. And I think because that's part of it. It was, so that's, if you think about it, showed the lyrics to my wife the other day. She didn't know about it. I told her this whole story. She said, let me see the lyrics, and she read it. And she said, wow, it's pretty cool. So she got it right away. She saw the, the development of the song and the relationship of those 4-letter words.
Yeah, I think here it is. And so I'll play the audio, and I'll let you read the words. Should be right here. It should. Why do we? We need somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, here we go. And now we're going to play the audio, and that should be right here.
It's about how frustrating golf is. And it's a funny day to sing it because Paul can tell you I just had a really great round yesterday. Stood there scoping out the fairway, pulled a club and teed up my ball. Fade hit a tree, 5-iron drew left. How many more gaps till I reach that damn hole? What's called a good walk spoiled, takes too long and defines the absurd. Each week I pay to get frustrated. Golf is a 4-letter word. I spend too much time on that damn course, get home late and my words are all slurred. My wife says, dear, I want a divorce. I say, love, that's a 4-letter word. Now I think I know right where to go. It's off to the course to hang with buddies I know. I'll hook and fade and cuss a lot. My game best improved with this new club I bought. Now I'm on my own, got plenty of time. Guess I'll work on my game, just takes practice, I've heard. But what's gonna get me through this uphill climb? Life is a 4-letter word. What's called a good walk spoiled, takes too long and defines the absurd. Each week I pay to get frustrated. Yeah, golf is a 4-letter word.
I join the applause. It's teed up my ball. I misunderstood beat up my ball. What I thought was kind of playing golf badly, but no, that makes sense now. Teed up, fade through a tree. Okay, I take it all back. Yeah. Any other now I understand after reading a little more the progression, golf, love, and life. I mean, of course, I get it now. I'm slow, guys. No, I like it. Any other comments or?
Yeah, and I, and now that I see the lyrics again and listen to it again, I don't think it really does need that chorus repeated. I think it's fine the way it is.
Oh, really?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I
No.
don't think it's necessary. It's fine. It's just,
I wonder about the now I'm on my own, got plenty of time. Guess I'll work on my game. Just takes practice, I've heard. But what's going to get me through this uphill climb? Why, golf, that 4-letter word.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You can end it if you do that, right? Yeah.
That kind of resolves. That's what what he's going to do. He's going to go play golf. with his
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I love the way it just he mentions the divorce and then just goes back to the course, and it clearly now I'm on my own, got plenty of time. It's like, okay.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, when I did this at the bar, my wife was recording it on her cell phone. So she was like sitting right up by me, and she had not heard the song.
Oh, really?
She kind of got a surprised look on her face when I sang that line. Dear, I
The
want a
divorce.
I can't imagine why.
Uh,
A hell of a way to tell somebody
Just so you know,
you're
we're
divorced.
still married. Okay.
I think if you're in a bar, you can change that word from each week I get frustrated. You can say each week I get pissed off or madder than hell.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's make it a little bit
Scoping.
more,
I like
bawdy.
scoping. Who
Because-
said a good
know,
walk spoiled? I'm sorry.
Mark,
No, it wasn't Mark Twain. We decided that last time.
No, it was shoot, I forget his first name now, Feinstein. He's a sports writer, and he wrote a book.
Okay.
He wrote a
Yeah.
book about the tour called A Good Walk Spoiled.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
so Tom worked in a lot of good, terminology and you get the sense of what it's like, I think, if you play golf, what it's really about. And I think he captured it very well in these lyrics.
Well,
Welcome.
it's funny. What you just said is the only thing about Rick's suggestion, which I like, but the fact that golf is life.
Yeah.
It's there and that. I'm not sure
Mhm.
which is better, but it does sort of like
Yeah.
put everything in perspective.
Yeah.
Well, the when we changed things a little bit, I originally life fit in a little bit better in the previous version, and I actually had to change the order of that verse too, because of how the bridge kind of changed. A few things changed, and it just, I had the bridge after that verse and it didn't work. And so bottom line is, when I first envisioned this, I wanted to have golf, love, and life be those three main 4-letter words.
Mm-hmm. I like
And
that too.
Rick, I totally get your point, but I kind of was stuck on that, having that.
Right. No, I hear you. Yeah, that was a good point, Rick. I think you're right about that. It could work. You can interchange those words,
yeah, I mean, you're keeping that life is makes sense too. So just a passing idea, choices to make.
It reminds me of two books. One was many years ago was a book called The Inner Game of Tennis, I think. And there may have been one on the inner game of golf, but Barry Green, the former lead cellist, the Cincinnati Symphony, he wrote a book on the inner game of music. And I think both of those could give plenty of, really serious reflection on this song, which is a little bit about the inner game of golf.
Yeah.
Right.
But this inner game of music, they were both really interesting books.
Okay.
I want to check that out, The Inner Game of Music.
Yeah. Barry Green is a really interesting musician. I think he's retired now, but he was a great symphony player, and he was also a great improviser on the bass. And I met him at a workshop when David Darling, the renegade cellist from Paul Winter Consort, was here in Cincinnati a number of years ago.
Oh, we have
David Darling. Yeah.
We have a visitor.
Oh,
Under.
Yeah. Sander.
Oh, hey.
As Wheatley gets here, and we'll move on. I think we're going to
there he is.
Hey, welcome.
Which
Hey,
one?
thank you.
Lana and Sander Nassen or Lana Sander?
What?
Hello.
There he is. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Which one?
I'm in California.
Bye,
California?
bye, Siri.
Bye.
Okay, we just heard the golf is a 4-letter word from Tom. Gilker's back. Was good,
Oh,
Sandy.
that's nice.
But
Yeah.
You snooze, you lose. You don't get to hear it. Maybe at the end, we'll play it again.
On
or
the
something.
replay. Huh?
I found
Yeah.
6 matches. Could you be more specific?
No, shut
No,
up.
Siri.
So long.
You're not invited to this meeting, Siri.
What is up with that? I don't know why Siri's coming on to me.
Who's doing it? Who's doing
Why
it?
not?
Where's it coming from? Sander?
No.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
I
Oh,
mean,
well. My friend was writing a joke. He's a stand-up. He did some stand-up and he wrote a joke. He said, you know, in a stand-up comedian would go, in the place, you're supposed to turn off your phones. He says, some of you haven't. And he goes, hey, Siri, give me your social security number. You know, like,
right.
oh, you know what?
What?
That must be coming from my computer.
That's what I think.
Because I just got the Siri, shut up.
There's a song for you.
Yeah.
Shut up, Siri. Yeah.
That's a good
Oh,
job.
that's, yeah.
That's right.
Shut up, Siri.
So David Hirschberg's got a good one, a new one. I don't want to pre-sell it, but I just did. Hold on a second. Where's my guy? Come on.
Thanks for reminding me, by the way.
Of
Because I don't.
Oh,
if I'm
yeah,
in
yeah.
travel, I lose track of what Tuesday it is. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
right.
some-
I texted.
it's-
I should, you know, at the end of my I sent out a thing the day before, but I should probably
Right,
send a text the day of. Okay, we're going to go to Chesapeake. No, we're going to go to Keeping the Beat. No, we're going to go to Break the Surface. And now I'm asking myself, why don't I have the lyrics here on my desktop like I'm supposed to?
Yes, Siri.
Siri.
Yes, Siri.
Did you send me lyrics?
Yes.
You
Oh,
did,
there
huh?
he is.
Break the Surface. I don't have them. I thought I had them, but I don't
Okay,
have them.
what, I'll send them to you. Why don't we come back to it? I'll send them to you now.
I thought
Okay,
we
and
just-
what, do another song?
Peter, I thought those lyrics just came up when you were trying to get the lyrics for Tom's, you know.
No,
That was
those
my
are-
song.
I saw when you were trying to get the lyrics for the golf song.
Yeah, I got yours.
I know, but I'm
I got
saying that would be-
Chesapeake Bay. I've got
Oh, that's Chesapeake Bay isn't Dave's song.
No,
Simon
it's mine.
Gomorrah. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I'm
Although
sorry.
I'll accept the royalties.
We need somebody here who knows what they're doing. That's what we need.
Peter, I just sent, oh, it says I can't send it. Oh, we'll try.
Why not?
I'm not really sure.
Because Siri said.
Let's see.
Siri is pissed off at the way she's been treated.
This is starting to sound like who's on first.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, let's see if it went out.
Break the
Well-
Surface. I can't believe okay, maybe I'll do just a general search on my computer. Break the Surface. There it is. MP3. That's all I got. I don't have a,
You don't have the PDF? All right.
yeah, send me a PDF, please.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what. I should have checked everything out.
So I'm in Palo Alto.
Oh,
That's where I am. My sister is here. My friend Arnie left. We were with him
Oh, yeah.
for a night.
Oh, really? How's
Yeah.
Arnie?
He's doing well. He's got a
Good.
real fancy Toyota van, and the VA bought him a scooter, and it fits in the back of the van, and it gets automatically. The door opens up, and the scooter is lowered to the ground, and then they can get more than 100 feet away from something. So, you know, he's very happy about it. And so,
My
yeah,
brother has the same thing. My brother's in a scooter. And the ramp comes out of the van.
yeah.
and yeah.
His comes out the back. A lot of them come out the side.
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
them come.
My
Yeah.
brother's comes out the side. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's happy, Arnie. No, it's a.
Oh, there it is.
now why is it not asking me to share audio? Oh man, this is all right. Okay, we got the song up.
I don't know,
Okay.
but I remember a lot of times having a fatty between my lips.
Well, then it wasn't big enough if you remember.
Right, yeah. Good point, David.
What are you drinking?
There, share audio. Never mind. Okay, good. It's going to share audio. Is already clicked. This is up. Are you ready? I'm not. Break the surface. Here we go.
I keep a fatty between my lips to keep my hands free. Buried in the cellar in an empty town. I got two fists of controller that run my life for me. Try to break the surface before I drown. I got an avatar who grooves a lot like I do. Knows the underwater treasure somewhere around. He's got killer skills and looted booty, sure to make us king. Try to break the surface before I drown. 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 Try to break the surface before I drown. I got inside voices pushing me, dissing me down with a game too sick to see. Only one wave I can ride and I'll be surfing it. Try to break the surface so I can breathe. So I can breathe. So I can breathe. Try to break the surface so I can breathe. There's a world that spins me round and round. Got a record and a rep of some renown. Want to spin that rep into a sea of green. Throw it at me when I surface so I can be seen. Try to break the surface. Try to break the surface. Try to break the surface, I drown. No one logged in now would soon be on fire. The weight of the waiting always pulling me down. Don't need no lottery, don't need no sucker ball. Gotta break the surface before I drown. Before I drown. Before I drown. Before I drown, before I drown, try to break the surface.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very nice.
For October. All right.
I like So I Can Breathe, it's a catchy title.
Yeah.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
Can re- help me
Yeah.
breathe.
A little intertextuality there. for you.
Yeah, it's a little too meta for us, I think. Nobody remembers that except us.
That's good enough.
I like Before I Drown also.
Oh yeah. What is a fatty between my lips?
Yeah.
Joint.
The joint.
Oh my
That's what I thought
God.
it was.
Yeah.
That's what them kids call them now, Peter, fatties.
Been calling them that for 30 years, Peter.
Really?
It's been
Fatty.
a while, yeah.
I
Yeah, they still
Victor,
call them that, though.
we were smoking together. We never called them fatties, did we?
Yeah, that's what they call them now.
That's what they call them now.
Yeah.
See, I've been smoking lately. And what's a sucker ball?
Oh, that's a variation. That's a disparaging term for Powerball.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Uh,
What's a
Soccer
two
ball.
fists of controller?
That's what I was wondering.
Got two fists of control to run my life for me.
He's working on his computer and he's got both hands
Oh.
glued to that,
Yeah.
glued to that
The video
controller.
game.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, the song actually I see a lot of young adults and they're different except they have one thing in common, both the boys and the girls. They do a lot of weed and they play a lot of computer and they're gonna get rich one day.
We all, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember go ahead.
That smoking weed would have been a key to making people rich when I was younger, but on the other
Millionaires.
Yeah. I remember John McDonald wrote mystery novels and somebody was picking on a geeky kid and he said, it's just a shame that geeky kid someday going to be able to offer that guy a job and he's going to,
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It's got a nice groove, Dave. You got a nice
Yeah.
groove
It does.
there.
Mhm.
Urgency. Real urgency.
Is this
Yeah.
near hip hop or is it? It's not hip hop, but I mean,
Kind of like a chant. in a
No
way.
way.
what is it?
I don't know, guys. You can tell me. I haven't the slightest idea. I mean, I had this idea some time ago and it's sort of changed over time. And I wasn't really sure what the music was going to sound like until I started to
Mhm.
play around with different rhythms.
Yeah.
So is there a narrative? Can you follow the story? Does it make sense?
I have a little trouble, but it's be around for a while and start to get it as I go. I mean, I don't live in this stuff. I don't,
Does it sound like Henry Mancini writing a rock song?
It's only Henry Mancini.
No,
right?
the answer is no.
Henry Mancini writing a rock song.
That's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Don't you
What is
remember in all those movies in the 60s, they'd have a dance scene with, kids.
Ah,
right.
People dancing, like Carnaby Street with like weird 3-chord rock and roll music that just sounded so fake.
Yeah.
All right. You want to hear it again?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Sure.
do. Yeah. I used to, when I heard it on these, that rhythm section comes out through a lot better than these, but
Yeah.
I can't talk. But anyway, here we go. So tell you, it's really powerful. Break the surface.
I keep a fatty between my lips to keep my hands free. Buried in the cellar in an empty town. I got two fists of controller that run my life for me. Try to break the surface before I drown. I got an avatar who grooves a lot like I do. Knows the underwater treasure somewhere around. He's got killer skills and looted booty, sure to make us king. Try to break the surface before I drown. 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 Trying to break the surface before I drown. I got inside voices pushing me, hissing me down with a game too sick to see. Only one wave I can ride and I'll be surfing it. Try to break the surface so I can breathe. So I can breathe, so I can breathe. Try to break the surface so I can breathe. There's a world that spins me round and round. Got a record and a rep of some renown. Wanna spin that rep into a sea of green. Throw it at me when I surface so I can be seen. Try to break the surface. Try to break the surface. Try to break the surface. I drown. No one logged in now, but soon be on fire. The weight of the waiting always pulling me down. Don't need no lottery, don't need no sucker ball. Gotta break the surface before I drown. 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 Try to break the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was there and I don't like to be there. Is this just a music, or is this someone's trying to make it in music, or someone trying to make it somehow online?
Wait, yeah. Go ahead.
I got from it the second time after we talked about it. I got from it somebody who is like into this life of being great at this gaming.
Yeah, I thought it was gaming, but it's
Yeah, but I will say the first time when I saw the part about surfing and got a record and a rep of some renown, I was thinking of Jack Johnson. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a surfer dude that plays music and has records out. So I was kind of thinking along those lines. But David, after you explained about the two-fisted controllers and I look at the killer skills and all that, I might be wrong. I think you're talking about somebody who's like so into this world of gaming, they want that to be what their great thing is.
Mm. Yeah, that's so the avatar is a guy that is like an underwater avatar doing whatever the hell they do, to make the game work. So and yeah, he is like a really non-specific, he just knows he's going to be rich one day, and it's all going to work out.
Right.
So here's interesting thing that I didn't realize, that I don't know if anybody, there's that it's in E, so it's like a suspended 4/3, it's like the A suspension to the E. I realized that sounded like Pinball Wizard.
oh,
Pinball Wizard. Interesting.
Yeah.
But things that came to mind when I was listening to that song, this is more stylistic than content. But in terms of, first of all, I think the rhythms and the beat are very catchy, and the arrangement is very catchy. The bass and it's very Middle Eastern, kind of Caribbean, African. It's got the slinky swaying, dance-like motion that's going on, and it's and it reminded me that's stuff that Nina Simone or Cassandra Wilson or Sade, and it's a great jam song. I mean, some great musicians could just kick on that song and just wail away while the lyrics, and it's almost like a chant. Also, it's mesmerizing, but in terms of the content, I don't know. I just thought, it was kind of somewhat abstract. I wasn't trying to figure out what it was about. I just like the imagery. I liked it, and the lyrics, they're just as they are.
That's good, because that was kind of what I was going for, that more than straight narration. I just wondered if there was if anyone picked a story. And I was thinking, you mentioned so I was thinking of Sea Lion Women, one of my favorites.
David, it's the second time I feel like I got it, that it could be a personal story, but also it feels kind of like the archetype of the driven person who needs to be seen and successful.
Mhm.
That hit me much stronger the second time I got a chance to listen and look at your lyrics. It's wonderful, and I really like that. It's a story. It's like a narrative of somebody, but it's also a metaphor for that kind of drive and a kind of desperate overwhelm of the internal pressure and this super strong need to break through whatever it is that's drowning. Needs to get out and expressed and that sort of thing. I really like it.
Thank you.
Very catchy. It's got, it's got hooks. I mean, it's got the hook. That chorus is, before I drown. It's very keeps rolling around in my head.
Well, it keeps the urgency up.
I heard it with just guitar and voice, and the guitar is really nice. That's really got a great rhythm just by itself. You can
sing
hear
it slow, you can sing it fast. It's one of those songs because it's
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I tried it at a couple different tempos, and I thought it was too fast initially, and I slowed it down significantly, and it was like, when I get to certain words, it's like, come on, let's move this thing along. No, we're all going to drown here.
Well, that works for the song too. I mean,
Right. Art imitates life.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do a new one from me. And instead of going around searching for the lyrics, for some reason they're not up. So we're just going to hear it. Listen carefully. I'm sorry. Oh, you can't hear it. I've got to share. Sorry.
Just breathe, Peter. Just breathe.
Oh yeah, that works.
What?
She's late. She's always late. Only on time, standing behind the symphony. Playing timpani. Keeping the beat. Keeping the beat. Keeping the beat. She's late. Well worth the wait, snapping along with every song from long ago on the radio. Keeping the beat, keeping the beat, keeping the beat. We met, we told our tales, we walked, we merged our trails, our stories wove into a single fable. Time felt like crumbs brushed from the table. We met, we told our tales, we walked, merged our trails, our stories woven to a single fable. Time felt like crumbs brushed from the table. She's late. We have to wait, taking our time, helping her climb Victoria to to euphoria. Keeping the beat, 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 keeping the beat.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't need the words.
Hey, Peter, when you start the song and says she's late, usually those words, she's late, means, oh shit, my girlfriend's pregnant,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I
yes.
thought also.
Ah.
After the break,
We're talking about playing timpani in the symphony, and it's like, you can't be late when you're doing that. I mean,
Right.
you gotta be on beat, right?
Yeah.
And then
But it is
Yeah.
a metaphor.
like the squeaky toy or something. And that made me kind of go back to, well, did she have the baby? But I gotta tell you this, my favorite line was probably, time is like brushing crumbs from the table.
Yeah, I agree.
love-
That's a nice
I'm
line.
really proud and happy with that.
Yeah,
um,
it
That's a
should be.
great line.
I wanted to get the relationship in the bridge because the rest is, yeah. And I made a nice relationship thing, merging our trails. I once told a girlfriend, your life was like this all around where you lived, and mine, and all of a sudden we're like this, and our
It's
lives
really
are-
nice. It's
Yeah,
nice.
and crumbs. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. But did everybody think that was a squeaky toy at the end?
No.
Okay. Oh.
That's a different kind of toy.
Did it
It
make it?
certainly wasn't something.
It went,
I thought that was bed springs.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I
meant
thought
to
it
be-
started as a rocking chair. It went into bed springs. For me, it went from rocking chair to bed springs.
Keeping the beat. Yeah, the idea behind it, I've always had in my head and made a joke about musicians being less dependable in life than when they're on stage. I mean, you're late and just that, but man, when they show up on time and boom, and the musicians have to be on the beat. And then I just started with the timpani. The girl, I had that great funny rhyme, timpani symphony, and then where else can I go? And then, oh yeah, and then of course the bed springs, keeping the beat. It's all about keeping the beat.
Victoria Euphoria is where you went.
Yeah. Is that enough?
the
I mean,
bed
do you
the
know
bed
there's
springs
a
There
flower?
you say late, right?
What's that?
The bed springs could take you to where you say she's late.
Oh yeah. Here's where I held back. There is a flower named Clitoria. And I know. And climbing Victoria, it has a little victory in it, and yeah, and it's a job you got to do. And, women come first. I mean, later. I mean, yeah. And so I'm just having a lot of fun. It just, it kind of fell into place after I started with that little hook. She's late.
Yeah.
I love the way you drag. I mean, I don't know. Please don't get offended if you didn't intend this, but the way that just drags at the beginning and you start to sing "Keeping the Beat" and everything is like so not on the beat.
Should it be faster, maybe, or no? No.
No.
I think it's
I went out and found cheap timpani sound effects. I mean, they're free, and I put them in there. They're in key. They're boom, boom, and I don't know. They're in tune. It's funny. I know, but it was an accident. It was an accident. And free. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we hear it again?
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to hear it again.
Yeah.
All right.
You can vote.
Whoops. Gotta share. Sorry. Jim, technology.
Hard to
Jim,
share.
keeping the beat. Share.
Sunny and share.
She's late. She's always late. Only on time, standing behind the symphony. Playing timpani. Keeping the beat. Keeping the beat. Keeping the beat. She's late. Well worth the wait, snapping along with every song from long ago on the radio. Keeping the beat, keeping the beat, keeping the beat. We met, we told our tales, we walked, we merged our trails, our stories wove into a single fable. Time felt like crumbs brushed from the table.
What is that?
We met, we told our tales, we walked, merged our trails, our stories woven to a single fable. Time felt like crumbs brushed from the table. She's late. We have to wait, taking our time, helping her climb Victoria to euphoria. Keeping the beat, 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 keeping the beat.
Good one.
Thank you. By the way, the time, I mean, we'll get the, is it understandable that she's late and she's worth the wait? It doesn't matter because when I brush from the table means time's not that important. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Huh?
have a thought. You know, the timpani comes in, right? She
Yeah.
keeps the beat, boom, boom. She keeps the beat, should be blank the next time, and the third time it should be boom, boom.
Yeah.
Because she's
Blank in the
now
middle?
kept the blank in the middle because she's kept the beat even when so the timpani.
And the snaps too, huh?
No, just the timpani.
Just a timpani. Okay, because there's
Yeah,
three of them and I
I'd
do
like
the
to-
first two in quiet.
I'd
But
like to hear more timpani in it as well throughout the song. Yeah. just
I like
because that's-
I like
A
it goes.
timpani break.
once
Yeah,
I
that-
start the timpani, maybe I can keep it,
Yeah, you know, I mean, sporadically, for just to remind you that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's a nice sound. And it's.
It is a nice sound. It's a beautiful sound.
It's a kind of a motif for the song would be nice.
Very interesting.
But playing on two sides of a
Of
measure
an empty.
is really keeping the beat.
Yeah.
There's that too. So
Yeah.
anyhow, that's just my thought.
No, that's an interesting one. I'm going to consider. Did you guys hear the frog in there? That noise? I don't know
Yeah.
if that's in the recording, but it wasn't in the recording when I finished it. I don't
Really?
know. Something went. I can fix it. I'm sure. We'll see. All right. Thanks. Okay. Let's do a really nice thing from Mr. Lysek. And then we got some others. Victor might want to play Old Dance Boogie. I've got Sodom and Gomorrah, which I abridged the way you guys recommended. Oh, I'd like to hear Sandy's take on it too. And I have 2 Halloween songs, which, we can play just because it's coming up. So I've got those ready. So Chesapeake, now it's time. So you know what? What I need is an interlude or something that goes, while we're like NPR does in between news stories.
You need a symphony, Peter.
Huh?
I said you need a symphony. Or maybe timpani.
Yeah,
Timpani.
Or timpani. Boom, boom.
I wonder, I'm
boom,
surprised
boom.
somebody hasn't been named their child Timpani. Maybe they
Oh,
have.
sure they have.
I'm sure they have.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
That's
They
a
meant-
done deal.
Uh-huh.
They meant
Chesapeake.
Tiffany, but they ended up with Tiffany.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Cute.
okay. All right. So we're going to play Chesapeake Bay, share the lyrics. Rick, are you ready? You want to say anything introduction wise?
No.
Okay.
What's the straight ahead song?
No, we want to. We don't want to share that. We want to share preview. Chesapeake Bay. There it is. All right. Here we go.
Gonna ride that train tomorrow down to Chesapeake Bay. Gonna leave this town behind me. I'm gonna throw it all away. What good's all my money if I don't hear you call my name? And I hang my head 'cause I know I'm the one to blame. Fighting my way up the ladder, using my elbows and knees. Turn my heart to concrete, so cold my blood would freeze. You tried to tell me I was going blind, had to leave me in my darkness for the sunshine. Going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay. I'm going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay. I'll sail the ocean, I'll let the wind take me away. I'll make a dream of yesterday. Tomorrow I'll awaken and I'll walk out in the sun. I'll know my life has just begun. Hope you'll get this message. Hope you'll find a way. Come with me tomorrow down to Chesapeake Bay. We'll sail the ocean together in the morning sun. We'll know our lives have just begun. Going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the the Chesapeake Bay. I'm going down. I'm going down to the Chesapeake water, going down to the Chesapeake Bay.
Very nice. Very nice.
That was
Um,
nice, yes.
Thank you.
Chesapeake is, so many things, work out. Chesapeake is a nice word. Chesapeake Bay, Chesapeake water, and just the phonics of it is really nice too. And I like your little twist at the end. The high going down.
Yeah.
Nice little rap. Anybody else? Very pretty song.
Nice
Very
guitar
good.
playing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
And that's from Sandy, Rick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sandy, if that embarrassed you.
Isn't it interesting? I mean, I'm playing the song in E,
Mhm.
and then the bridge goes to G.
Mhm.
That's Michael Bainey doing that, not me. Okay, but it just seems to like work, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why, but
Good. I was going to ask too.
it's like I've got you under my skin. That Cole Porter
Mhm.
tune. I mean, he seems to like change keys, and it just you don't really know it unless you're playing the song. You're just listening to it. You don't really, something's going on, but you don't really understand what it is.
Yeah.
Do you, Mr. Jones?
Mr.
Yeah,
Jones,
that's right.
yeah.
Mr. Lysack, you have no idea what's going on.
You know who else did it was Mrs. Brown. You've got a lovely daughter. Hiking around. Well, that is an interesting chord change jump or
Yeah,
something.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is on the bridge. That's true.
Yeah. And you don't expect it from Mrs. Brown. You've got a lovely daughter.
Right.
Can anybody explain what's going on there? David would. If I ask him.
First of all, it opens it up because it really is more reminiscent of going into the minor. But you have all these familiar notes, especially the anchor note of the B, the G is and the E, and then other things that if it in the A minor or the C of the G, you also have there's the E. I mean, it works because the notes are the same. By the way, I'll tell you a secret. Ready? Move close. There's only one key.
Okay.
Ah!
Boy, that explains a lot, Sandy.
Wow.
There's only one key.
Only one key.
Because haven't you found that you could insert any note you need to if it's in the right place, no matter what the key is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
David, please add whatever.
That's why they allow you to make put flats and sharps on notes, right? In any key.
It's only one key. That should go. Go in my little book of epitaphs. Sandy Nassen. There's only one key.
Yeah.
But
But
the
with
first
an
thing,
ellipse at the end. ...
but what you said, Sandy, is absolutely correct. The first thing you said, it opens it up, and so it opens up the whole narrative too.
Yeah, it feel. I mean, lyrically, it really works with. Not to kiss my ass, but it does.
Hey, if you can do it, man.
Yeah, it's just like this guy envisions, what's going to happen, in terms of him, this life change that he's giving himself, and it's sort of got the ethereal kind of like quality to it for me, and he just sees himself, and the music seems to like take you there, So I was pretty happy with, what Mike came up with,
Yeah.
So I was felt really lucky to be writing some lyrics to what I thought was a really gorgeous piece of music.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or he was writing music, to my lyrics. I don't know what happened, but it's been a long time.
When you hold a
I can't hear
long,
you.
me?
Can't hear you, Peter.
Hey, Rick,
I can
are
hear
you
you.
saying that, because you
Oh, wait a
mentioned Michael,
I can hear you.
is that something
Oh, I can,
with you?
let me see, I'm not on mute, am
There
I?
you go. There you
No,
go.
no, I
Now I
can
hear
hear
you.
All
I
right.
can hear
Rick, when you end a sound, I know my life is just, let's take it with begun. When you're ending, there's two sounds you can glom onto, or un, and you hold the N rather than the vowel. Is that is that a choice, or is that, I mean, I like it. I'm not criticizing it. It's just,
Well, it's better. It's easier to stay on pitch for that.
uh,
With the vowel.
Yeah, it would have been for the
Mm.
vowel, but
yeah,
begun. But I don't know. I just did it, so I don't
yeah,
really know why I
yeah.
didn't do it on purpose. I just sang it that way. So, but
Okay.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to,
So-
yeah.
So I want to know, Rick, one question. What happens next in the song? I
What
need to know
happens-
what happens the next day. Does she show up?
Yes.
Don't tell me. Oh.
All right.
you.
Hey, don't tell
Good
me,
question.
don't ask.
Good question.
Don't
Well,
ask, you don't want to know.
it's like it's the
Mhm.
it's like hanging over the song as it ends. How much of this is this guy? It is like, come on, tell me. But yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, good.
But,
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
So
Let's
Rick,
hear it
what I was
again.
yeah.
before,
Okay.
you mentioned Michael Bainey, and then you said something about he made the music. Is that something you co-wrote with Michael?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
A lot of
okay.
times I would show up with lyrics, Tom, and he would just start writing
Yeah.
music to it. And the other times, sometimes he would have something recorded or play something for me, and then we would put it on a cassette. Then I would take it home and work on it, and then come back
Yeah.
the next week, and start, going back and forth with it, and so it was homework. So many times we gave
Right.
each other homework.
Beautiful.
Well,
Get together every
hey,
Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. And,
Oh.
and
Yeah,
so,
remember you tell me.
pardon?
That was really nice music, and I love the words. It told this little story of possibly unrequited love. That maybe you got her to come to Chesapeake Bay, but
Yeah.
it was really a sweet song, and makes it even more special because I was a friend of Michael's, and knowing that he played a part in that makes it even more special. But really
Yes.
nice.
Well, yeah, he was really, really a talented man. And,
He was a talented man.
And I was really lucky to write a lot of songs with him, and it was a great journey, because he would come up with some things that just, that's what's so great about collaborating with somebody that's, maybe perhaps, that does something better than you do it, and I think his melody sense was stronger than mine, and I was lucky to be able to, put some words to him.
Yeah, it's pretty melody.
That was
Let's hear
really-
it. Let's hear it again.
Yeah, let's.
Gonna ride that train tomorrow down to Chesapeake Bay. Gonna leave this town behind me. I'm gonna throw it all away. What good's all my money if I don't hear you call my name? And I hang my head 'cause I know I'm the one to blame. Fighting my way up the ladder, using my elbows and knees.
turn my heart to concrete, so cold my blood would freeze. You tried to tell me I was going blind, had to leave me in my darkness for the sunshine. Going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay. I'm going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay. I'll sail the ocean, I'll let the wind take me away. I'll make a dream of yesterday. Tomorrow I'll awaken and I'll walk out in the sun. I'll know my life has just begun. Hope you'll get this message. Hope you'll find a way. Come with me tomorrow down to Chesapeake Bay. We'll sail the ocean together in the morning sun. We'll know our lives have just begun. Going down, down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay. I'm going down, I'm going down to the Chesapeake water, going down, down to the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nice lyrical touch I noticed this time. I always notice it, but I forgot to mention it. What good's the money when I don't hear you call my name? Yeah, what's good, and you could have done a lot of things when I don't have my arms around you, when I don't get to see your face, and boy, don't hear you call my name is really, really a nice
Really
choice, I
nice.
think.
Yeah, I thought
And
that- oh,
go ahead.
No, finish what you're saying.
Well, I just wanted to also mention the darkness for sunshine, which is, kind of mysterious and tricky and fun. And I mean, not fun, but leave me in my darkness for the sunshine. Very
Yeah.
nice, beautifully written all the way through.
Really nice. Really nice.
On that line, I make a dream of yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make it a little bit more poetic or descriptive. Maybe say, I'll paint a dream of yesterday, or I'll dream a dream of yesterday, or I'll write a dream of yesterday, or sing a dream of yesterday, rather than the word make. I think would be a little more,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree really strongly. That's my favorite image in the whole thing, because it's taken something. Usually you think about dreams of tomorrow, although I know there's songs about dreams of yesterday, but you think of making dreams for the future. What you're doing is making a dream to fix the past, to erase the past. I think is that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy.
I think that's a really interesting,
But
So-
if a different verb to drive it doesn't change it. Make a dream of Victor's just talking about draw a dream would be alliteration, and smoke a dream. Paint a dream. Yeah, yeah. Make is a weak verb, but you know, make
It
and
sounds like you're
do.
talking about a creative process there.
I think that's a key image. I mean, you know, a key. That's a real important part of the song.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah, I was just saying it feels like that sentence is a creative action. You know, I'm gonna create
Mhm.
a dream.
I
out
really,
of what
You can
yesterday
use
was.
dream twice. I dream a dream of yesterday.
Dream a dream of yesterday.
I'll dream a dream. Yeah, that's one of the things I said. Dream.
Nice choice, Sandy. Yeah.
Or
yeah.
sing. I'll sing a dream of yesterday. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
maybe sing. I think to say I dream a dream of yesterday, at least for what I'm getting out of this, doesn't really make the point. I think I make a dream of yesterday more makes the point.
Mhm.
that's
Or
it.
the
That's
guy's
it, Tom.
singing
That's it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's what he's trying to tell him. You know, this woman. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
another life for myself.
Yeah.
You know, because he realized that he really kind of went overboard and changed himself into something, brought out a facet of his personality that wasn't really very pleasant. You know, trying to be successful.
Yeah, right.
Successful in the modern terms of what, you know, middle class white guys think of, you know, typically of, or you know, what I grew up was taught, or not really taught, but implied, always implied. You know, you make money and you become, you know, you know, and all that.
That's
you know, it doesn't
true.
really matter how you get there. You make the money and you
all
become
that
successful. Yeah.
I once said to a friend, I said,
Different
you know,
song.
he wanted me to join a country club or something, like $500 a month. I'm not rich like you. He said, I'm not rich. I'm successful.
That's right.
It's like,
How much
wait a
money-
minute.
And how much money do you need? Oh, I need more. I need more money.
Not rich. Where do you
That
put?
word, that
You
word,
can make a song out
success,
of it.
that word success or successful has many different meanings to many different people.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
It's
Does.
not
I was-
about money always.
I was on a subway and I was standing, looking over the shoulder of I think he was Asian, but it was explaining to him, you know, we don't have this in our culture, but in America, they have this thing called success. And it was explaining to him what people in America think of a success is, because it doesn't, hey, we're getting off topic, but that's
No, not really, but
yeah.
Someone said if you measure success by the amount of money you have or made, you've missed the point.
Yes,
Missed the point is absolutely right. You can be poor and successful. Absolutely. Depends
not
on
everybody in this country or this world would agree with that, but
no, of course not. No. I mean, what did they put in your obituary? He made $500,000 a year and he donate, you know, I mean, no, they say he had a family. He loved the family. He went, helped his church or his synagogue. He helped and he volunteered and he was there when everybody needed him. I mean, that's not how much money you made. Yeah. Anyway, how did we get there? But, oh
Nice
yeah.
song, really nice song, Rick.
Thank
Really?
you.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good work.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Matter
Victor,
of fact, let me
Go ahead.
ask Rick something real quick. Is that like some of these songs that you present here, if somebody like me plays out wanted to do one of those songs, would you have an objection to that, or would you expect some pain?
I'd be flattered.
I would be honored.
Flattered if you.
I would be
flattered if
honored.
you-
In fact, I was thinking, since you perform so well, Tom, so much better than I do, I say, you know, you can do any of my songs. I mean,
sing some of
if
his
you want.
songs.
He'll pay you to do his stuff.
So many great songs for fun for
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Rick, I gotta tell you, that song really struck me. I would
Good.
be interested.
yeah, you could
Well,
do a good job.
I'll send you the music and my version of it, and or else you can get it from the YouTube, and I'll send you the changes. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll send
that's
you the
great.
lyrics with the changes. Okay.
I had one thought about the changes
Yeah.
that we should It doesn't need to change, by the way. But I was thinking after you're in the key of the G, you end the song in the key of A.
Oh.
If you can hit those notes from the E to the A. I mean, you understand?
Well, let
There's
me
something about elevating it coming.
Yeah,
So-
in other words, it needs a kick in the ass at the end. And if I took it to A, you think that would do it?
Oh, it definitely catch the ear. I mean,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's not necessary. Sometimes maybe if you arrange it, you can kick it in the ass with the way the drum comes in. I mean, so there's a lot of ways to do that.
Yeah.
But like,
You know, I was thinking about a coda where I'm playing and I'm singing kind of, hopefully I've established what the melody is and what the, of the chorus, and just riff off, what that melody is, and kind of use that to kind of as a coda. That we kind of, I would hope, enliven the song a little bit at the end, instead of just using that little guitar hook that I'm trying to find.
Yeah, but that sounds pretty
It's a nice
nice
hook.
too.
When you find it, it's a nice hook.
Okay.
you play the hook the way you do it, and then hit an A chord. That's good.
What happened? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks, you guys.
All right. Victor's got a little thing here. You want to do a dance hall boogie, Victor?
Sure, but I think Ed said he wanted some help with some lyrics.
Who wanted one? Who? Yeah. So, oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Ed. Yes. Let's
That's
do
okay.
Ed. My fault. Sorry.
All right. I got a few
Hi.
lines. Can
Hi.
you hear me?
Hey, Rick. Hi,
Hi,
Rick.
how are you, Anita?
Yeah,
How are you?
Anita?
Nice to see you.
Anita. This is
Hi,
Anita,
Anita.
everybody.
Hi, Anita.
Wait,
Anita.
With all Anita's.
Yeah, she's
all
not really
Anita's-
that short.
Hey, Peter, all Anita's, is that Anita? Sandy, is that
I'm a
Anita?
giant in my other life.
This is Victor and Tom and Ed.
Hi.
Is that
Yeah.
Anita?
Good to meet all of you.
How's your
Nice
thumb?
nice to see you.
My thumb is improving slowly. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Anita, you should stick around because I wrote a song about the Bronx, so maybe you can listen to it.
Woohoo!
We'll play it in a minute after this.
Okay, I'm here. I'll listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. It's nice to
Thank
meet
you
all
for
of
making-
Nice
you.
to meet you. Nice appearance. Yes.
Thank
It's not
Anita.
the first time I've met her.
That's true.
Thanks.
Ed, what's up?
Okay. Well, I've been working on a couple different songs, and they're way different from any of these lovely things that everybody's been playing. But they're
Want to listen to the music?
Too tough on yourself.
Yeah.
so. I had this wonderful experience a couple of weeks ago around a real serious tragedy. There's a woman we know here in town, and her daughter took her life after years of struggling with addictions. And I didn't know her too well, but my wife knew her pretty well, and a lot of our mutual friends knew her. So they had an evening of a kind of just a sitting time around a fire. And so I did one song, and one of the neighbors did several others. And he and I were standing across the fire, and then he played a real leisurely version of Freight Train. And I just sort of noodled around on the guitar a little bit. But there was something about the quality of our being on either side of the fire and the mist there that was a little surreal. But between us with the music and the music that a bunch of other people sang, it was really a powerful healing service for this woman who was the mother of the daughter. And so I have some scattered lines, and what I'm just curious about is what happens. What do you notice when you hear some of the images and some of the stuff? So I'm just interested to figure out how to write this. I've worked over the years with a number of parents who have lost kids this way, and it's some of the most challenging work I've ever had a chance to participate in. And when it works, it's the most sort of sacred kind of thing that I've ever had an opportunity to do.
You bet.
And I have another person I'm working with very closely now with a similar situation. But some of these lines go like this. You and I across the fire, misty smoke between us. She listened. You played, I played. Around the fire, a ring of mourners, mourning. Flame of memories, warm, broken hearts, stoned cold in numb loss. She sat chilled to the bone in an ocean of grief that floods into a pit of pain, a nothing of absence. The ocean of pain engulfed stoned cold hearts. She took in the medicine in the circle of warmth. You and I across the fire, misty smoke between us.
Mm. Who wants to go? I'm got some thoughts. They're just sort of forming. They're not
Anything. I was just real curious about what response, thoughtful or a mood thing or some sensory impulse, whatever. How do any of these things strike you?
Do you have a purpose? I mean, do you have a point where you want to say, I want to write a eulogy, I want to, lift somebody's spirit? What are you trying to do with this? Because
partially I'm trying to tell the story of what was a very powerful healing thing for the mother and the community who knew her. And it's sure not done, but it was a moment of respite and the feeling of warmth and connection. That's about the only thing we can count on in those impossible moments to figure out. You can't.
I think you're doing a good job of using the central thing, the fire, with its smoke and its warmth. You're using that metaphor well. I would wonder how ocean, water kind of hit me like a mixed metaphor at first, but maybe it's not. The pit, so other people, you don't have that available to send real quick, do you?
It's pretty scribbled at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
If I had time, I would try to send it. And
you want to? Should we hear it again?
Anybody else want to say something before I read?
I'll say first that the imagery of you and me across the fire and the smoke, it hits me because it's something that I've experienced in different emotional ways, different things going on. This was about the loss of this. I guess she was the mother of this.
Young woman.
But I've had that very similar experience in different emotional ways, and I think that's really good imagery. I just wanted to pull that out of it. But
thank you. Yeah, because part of it is what struck me in our musicianship and a kind of connection in the one song that we played together a little bit. He was doing it, I was just adding a little color and texture here and there.
Right.
But the main point is about the sense of communal warmth that offered support in this pit of pain.
And I think that's what is the typical feeling when you have people around a fire, whatever the discussion is or the music is or whatever it is, it's communal without a doubt.
Yeah. Probably why fires are so archetypal and ritual.
Humans, I mean, that's we became human in a sense when we could build fire and make our own warmth, and then we had to sit around it, and when we sat around it, there was something sharing that warmth. But somebody else.
Well, it also dispelled the darkness of sitting around in the dark.
Yes.
I mean, the warmth is good, but boy, you're drawn to the light.
Yeah.
In the dark. It made you
Yeah.
feel safer, you know.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, I tend to be contrary. Not
Oops.
that,
Never
not that I
noticed that,
wouldn't.
David. Never noticed.
We never, you,
Don't give it away.
Dave,
Go ahead.
Fire,
Spread it out some more here,
fire,
David. What?
fire can have all of those things, but it also can be really destructive.
destructive.
Absolutely.
And that is, whether it's your bridge or whether you put it in somewhere, I think that's a nice contrast to the warmth, to the warmth that you're getting through this healing process.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
destroying.
the music's a different kind of warmth. The
Well,
music.
yeah, but
Go ahead.
so the fire can bring warmth, but it can be destructive. That's it.
And
I
the
think that's
destruct-
it. I'm not sure what you would do with it, but I
Oh,
wouldn't, I think
maybe
it-
we're slowly destroying the pain. Something's given up and changing here. And, wood is turning into heat and smoke. And the fire burn. Yes, the destruction is good. Find the good in the destruction, and the darkness also. It's just a little space where the darkness is being lifted. And yeah, I would play with the darkness and the safety as the outside the warmth and the
David,
destruction of
it destroyed the darkness.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
you go. It
No,
can
and
do
the
that too. But I wouldn't change. I think your first line is great.
Yep.
Me too.
And also the whole idea of, you and the other musician didn't even have to communicate except by music because you were there for the same reason.
Mhm.
Yes.
Everybody was, and not only the event that you were mitigating and supporting the mother but the fire also draws the focus and sitting around it. So, you didn't have, it was a communal moment for you and the other musician too, because of why you were there for the same reason. I'm repeating myself, so I'll stop now.
Okay. No, this
We
is
tend
really
to do
helpful.
that.
But good point. And David, what you said, I totally get. But it's kind of one of the really strange, would you call that a dichotomy about fire? How
Paradox.
soothing and
Paradox, yeah.
paradox, yes, how soothing and it can bring people together, and on the opposite extreme, how destructive it can be, and in some way break people apart because it can kill families, right? It's a really interesting thing about fire. So it's interesting that you would want to explore that further in that song. I haven't thought about it.
Except that it's not about the fire.
Well,
song.
you're right. You're right.
It's
The
not
fire-
about the fire. That's true. But you can't, you could ignore that part of it.
Well, it's
It's
all the influence. I think partially what I'm working with a lot of times is how do we hold these really difficult oppositional forces? That's the nature of the yin and the yang in some ways, and the light and the dark, these paradoxical complementary aspects of reality. I have a client I'm working with who lost her son this way, who is working diligently with grief and says, I feel better. I have more activity and friendship and whatnot, and I feel worse because I realize he's never coming back. And so the breadth and the widening of experience as healing comes and more realization of the loss comes are very profound, sort of mysterious phenomena as I understand it. And I want to try to hold all that in these different images, knowing that that's an aspect of reconstituting one's shattered sense of self in loss.
Rick.
well, Ed, I tell you, what happens a lot of times is I'll wake up at about 3 or 3:30 in the morning, and I got a pad of paper beside me, and I turn over and write something down, because something becomes something frees itself from my mind, and
Yes.
and I'll offer it to you, because there's a lot for me to absorb. And I think that what I look for is some kind of theme, uh, not only musically but also lyrically, that to capture this. And and to be honest with you, I mean, I nothing's occurring to me yet. But if it does, I would be happy to give it to you. But it's a real, I, I'm I'm struggling to find a thread, or this theme that would be encapsulate this moment that you're describing with one that has happened for eons.
Yes, that's what I'm sort of looking for.
Yeah.
And it's sort of raggedy enough now that uh, your comment is really useful, because it could be a couple of different songs. And I have another one we won't have time for tonight, but this theme of working with and working through grief really deserves something, as I think about it. And but this feels like a really big challenge to have there's a simple story here of a fire and music, and there's something that's archetypal, universal, that has possibility to try and sing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, I mean, but you've got this vehicle of a narrative in a situation, and which is, I mean, it's really important in terms of bringing a profundity to this song, okay? Because it's not, you lost this person and I feel really bad about it, and fuck that bullshit, okay? It's about this woman sitting around a fire with her neighbors, and and talking about her daughter, and I mean, so that's really, that kernel makes it really valuable, because that really happened, and people can say, fuck yeah, that happened. And that's you, it creates an empathy. It gets everybody sitting around the fire. Okay. But now, and I'm trying, Ed.
Yeah, no, we don't have to solve it tonight.
Didn't James Taylor write a song? Was it called Fire and Rain?
Fire and Rain.
Yeah, it was his big hit. His first big hit.
Yeah.
That was about a girl who took her life, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
So everything that we're saying as I think has some value, but what's the story you want to really tell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Or is it a story?
that's
Or are
that's
you
the
just trying-
focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is it a story, or is it a mood? Is it a
Well,
is it
some
Well, it's
yeah,
a story,
both,
but
I
it's
is
think.
it a prayer? I
It's
mean,
a
you know,
story, but it's
is it a
that's
hymn?
it, Victor. It's a story, but it's that's a vehicle for the theme of what are we doing as humans to comfort one another. I mean, as
Yes.
we have done all through for thousands and thousands of years.
Right.
Loss is and how do we address that with each other, and but particular for this woman,
Yes.
to comfort her, and it's of course a lot. It's a very hard thing to do,
It is. But I think what you're really helping me with is that in some ways to sprinkle the essence of the story in between some of the descriptors is like, the story is Rob and I played. She listened. The community sang. She took in something.
You see, right? Okay, but and that, all that, all that, that's how the song to me begins. Well, everybody's singing. Well, what are they singing about? And it's you get an idea of a gathering, of a community, and they're singing, and you can kind of let people in to the story as we go along. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And but
I have an example which is a little bit off, but It's on a weekend pass. I should have had time to get home and see that baby. Flight, whatever. The Everly Brothers are singing, and this guy's got a pass, and he's going to go home, waiting for his woman to come in the plane, and he's, you feel with him for that, and then all of a sudden, with all those with passengers on flight, please report to the chapel across the street. And I lost my ebony eyes. Now that had a surprise in it. You're around a fire, and then there's somebody there, and you let us in a little bit, and oh no, they killed himself. And now we go back to the fire and the warmth, and what the fire can do, maybe. Ebony eyes. I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but there you are.
Yeah, well, this is really helpful. I realize how complicated it is, but I would like it to be simple enough to convey, in a sense, the magic that happens in that, in the context of the depth of this loss. And that's my challenge, I think.
I think we should, probably wrap it up with this tonight. Go through it one more time and let us, and also I'd like to make a point. I like this process. If anybody else wants to come in with their pieces, and because I think something happened here. I think you got some good. Yeah. Let's
I've been putting off. I haven't had stuff to do for a while, and so I thought, okay, I can do this. And I really relish all your observations. So this feels really good, even though I'm not singing it, but it's on its way.
And we want to follow up on it too. Yeah, we want to hear it. Okay, let's hear it again.
I kind of improvised it, and I'll try to do sort of what I did. It'll get the images, and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Good.
You and I across the fire. Misty smoke between us. Mourners around the fire, mourning. You played, I played, we played together. Flames of memories, warm, broken hearts, stone cold in numb loss. She sat chilled to the bone, an ocean of grief flooding into a pit of pain. She took in the medicine in a circle of warmth. A nothing of absence engulfs stone cold hearts. You and I across the fire. Misty smoke between us. You played. I played. We played. We all took in the medicine.
My response now, if I may, is I realize now this whole thing now is you're talking to the other musician, and there's something much bigger, more important to this.
Yeah.
And I now that I've heard it the second time, I think the water and medicine kind of mix. They kind of clash. It's typical mixed metaphor. It does. I see all of a sudden there's a fire and she's got an ocean, and that's.
Well, it's an ocean of grief. It's the ocean of grief that is.
Yeah. But it's water if it's an ocean. I don't know. It just it confuses me. That's
okay. Thank you.
Where did the freight train fit into all this?
I know. I love that. Yeah.
Where did the freight train fit into this?
Well, he played a number of songs. One of them was that George Harrison song of I can't remember the name of it, maybe, but he played Freight Train, and I started playing just single note things that fit with his singing and playing, and it felt, even though it was totally spontaneous, it felt very connected musically with him. So there we were really collaborating in a different way.
So why couldn't
So
you
it's
just
about the process of music, and as part of this whole healing thing as well. So that's the other thing I think I'm celebrating. It's a lot of levels, and you guys are really helping me recognize that.
Well, it's important to kind of call some of this, away, and maybe it's the relationship between you and this woman that needs to be key in terms of this. That's the thing that's important. That this woman feels that someone is there to share her and to be with her in this time of grief.
Mm-hmm.
And that, she, when you first start to play, she's just staring into the fire, and you see her eyes glisten. And this song that you're playing was her daughter's favorite song. And then she begins to, as you begin to the last verse, she begins to sing along with you. Okay, symbolizing, that she gets it, that you are extending yourself to her in a way that you offering it to her to comfort her. And maybe at first she didn't understand that, but she does. She does. That's how, that could be, and you could bring in people as sort of like that are also gathered around the fire, but another musician and stuff like that is, to me, is not relevant. What's relevant is a relationship between you and this woman, and that you, in a sense, and these other people are offering her, a place to be.
Yeah. So
I think
the music is part of the whole thing. It was me and the other guitar player singer.
I'm sorry,
but there was also a half a dozen women who are a singing group. So this is like 3 different components of music that were actually the essence of the healing. And there was very little speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the essence is not just Ed and the woman, but the communal feeling.
That's a very good point, Tom. That's really
that's more my sense.
Yeah.
And the healing power of the music.
Yeah. The healing power of the music. Yeah.
And what's shared with the music and between everyone experiencing it on whatever level they're experiencing it on.
Hey, David.
It's about time to wrap it up. We're in a really heavy discussion.
Oh,
okay.
David's
here.
Nobody say anything.
How about Bronx?
I'm sorry, he can't hear you.
Hi, David.
Hello, gentlemen. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
We miss you. He was doing.
Man.
You did a much better job. He can't hear.
Oh,
right?
I know. I did.
We're trying to get Ed to tell us why his ceiling is painted that way.
Yeah.
Ed, are you high?
I'm not. I'm high on the exchange here, but not on any other.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry I had to. Well,
so you had a gig.
Not sorry I had to gig, but sorry I couldn't be with you guys tonight. Yeah. And yeah, Tom especially. Hey, haven't seen you. It'd be good to heard you and say hi.
All right, you gave me plenty to think about. I don't want to keep anybody past our promised time. So
cool. Yeah, I'll give it back. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Thank you.
I guess I just could have unplugged these and it would have we shared, but yes.
All right.
Everybody, we complete here. I think I'm getting hungry, and we have some things. Victor's got something. I've got another thing. I got a Halloween song, but we, if we want to get going, we can go.
I feel like we are complete, but I just want to say it's been a couple months. It's been a few months since I've been together. And once again, I got to tell you, it fills my heart and it really inspires me to be with you guys. You gave me some input on my song, but to hear the input on other songs too, just really kind of enlightens me. So
Good.
happy to be back.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad
Happy
you
to
are.
have you back.
Good to have you back, Tom.
Thank you all.
Yeah,
All
Ed,
right.
nice to see you too.
Everybody. Next
Thanks
time.
for your
Next time,
comments.
start with Victor.
Okay. Next time we start with Victor's. Yeah.
And be sure Anita's on it so she can hear it as well.
And Sandy, if I had hair like that, I'd be on tour.
Me too.
But instead, he wears a hat all the time.
Yeah, you should. That hair is beautiful. I'm so jealous.
He's frozen. Okay. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Gone now.
Adios, amigos.
Okay,
See you
bye-bye,
later.
Victor.
Happy
See you guys.
trails.
Bye.
Take care.